A few months ago, a quiet giant walked into the kitchen like he had always belonged there, standing tall at 115 pounds, with a slow, heavy walk and wise eyes. The 8-year-old Brazilian Mastiff named Rambo became a part of something he had never known before, home. It happened suddenly. His previous owner had been evicted, and the message came quickly: if you want to come get him, get him. There wasn't much time to think, but it didn't matter. One look at him, and the choice was already made. His body was strong, but the way he stood told a different story. He looked tired, like he had spent his whole life waiting. Rambo had been kept in a backyard most of his life, not for love, but for protection. People had judged him by his looks. Big, strong, intimidating. They saw a guard dog, not a gentle soul. So, they left him behind fences and cement, day after day, year after year. No one had ever looked past the surface. No one had ever really let him in. The first time he stepped inside the house, he was quiet, calm, but unsure. The kitchen seemed new, the air different. He watched closely, not out of fear, but curiosity, like he couldn't believe he was allowed to be there, to just exist in peace. Something as simple as watching someone cook became a comfort for him, a routine. He began to settle in, but the world outside still confused him. One morning, an attempt was made to take him into the yard, but he stopped at the edge, staring at the grass like it was something foreign. His paws stayed on the cement. That was what he knew. Grass had never been a part of his world. He was gently called over, but he wouldn't budge. He stood still, staring, unsure. So, time and space were given. Eventually, Rambo was let out alone, just to see what he would choose. Minutes passed, then, finally, he began to explore. He sniffed the grass, touched it with his paw. Then, carefully, he stepped forward. Just a few steps, but they meant everything. Each day, he grew a little more. He started watching the stairs, tilting his head as others walked up. Then one day, without being asked, he tried. Slowly, one paw at a time. When he made it up, his face didn't show much. But that quiet look, that was pride. By the end of the first week, everything began to shift. His personality started to shine. A playful spark emerged. He began picking up toys and carrying them around the house. A big dog, walking carefully with his soft plush baby in his mouth. It became a part of his daily routine. Wherever he went, his toy went too. And if it was forgotten, he would wait by the door until someone handed it to him. Little moments like that began to fill the house. One of the younger dogs in the family, Rocket, started learning from Rambo, watching him, even copying him. One day, Rocket walked over and grabbed his own leash, just like Rambo always did. It was like Rambo had quietly taken on the role of a teacher, a calm, gentle guide. Rambo didn't ask for anything, no demands, no expectations, but in his stillness, he brought comfort. He didn't need to do tricks or chase balls to be loved. Just being there was enough. His presence was steady, like he'd been part of the family forever. Even though only a few months had passed, it already felt impossible to imagine the home without him. He had once been left outside, forgotten behind a fence, but now, he sleeps in warmth, walks on soft rugs, and spends his evenings lounging in the heart of the home. Every day, he carries his toy and watches the people he loves, just happy to be near. He never needed to scare anyone. He only ever needed a chance. Some dogs arrive loud, full of energy and bounce. Rambo arrived quietly, with slow steps and a heart full of patience. And in return, he found the one thing he had missed his whole life: belonging.